A smooth sea never made a skilled sailor. Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That is why it is called the present. Knowing is not enough, we must apply. The successful warrior is the average man, with laser-like focus. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little extra. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Two things are infinite, the universe and human stupidity, and I'm not sure about the universe. Keep going, because you did not come this far just to come this far. He who asks a question remains a fool for 5 minutes. He who does not ask remains a fool forever. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act but a habit. What's past is prologue. When in a race you realize you've given everything, hold on for 5 more seconds, because that's when others can't anymore. The path to growth is often lonely, but it is also where you discover your true strength. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Take the moment and make it perfect. I can't change the direction of the wind, but I can adjust my sails. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value. Sometimes people don't want to hear the truth because they don't want their illusions destroyed. The only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary. Don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. Your future is created by what you do consistently, not by what you do occasionally. I didn't have time to write a short letter, so I wrote a long one instead. Anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new. An eye for an eye will only make the whole world blind. I have never let my schooling interfere with my education. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. The flame that burns twice as bright burns half as long. Don't compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to the person you were yesterday. I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. The difference between winning and losing is most often not quitting. Great things take time. Education is what remains after one has forgot what one has learned in school. You can never cross the ocean until you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. You cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction overnight. A year from now, you may wish you had started today. The two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. There is no secret ingredient, it's just you. The only place success comes before work is in the dictionary, and sport proves that every day. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career, lost almost 300 games, and failed over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. Don't limit your challenges, challenge your limits. Love is putting someone else's needs before yours. Only those who attempt the absurd can achieve the impossible. Fall 7 times and stand up 8. Success is how high you bounce when you hit bottom. When you feel like quitting, remember why you started. The courage to begin again is often the most important step in personal transformation. I've failed over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. The object of war is not to die for your country, but to make the other man die for his. Life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards. You are your best thing. To see and listen to the wicked is already the beginning of wickedness. Choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life. Do something today that your future self will thank you for. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. Logic will get you from A to B. Imagination will take you everywhere. If you set a good example, you need not worry about setting rules. Small steps every day lead to big results. Don't stop when you're tired, stop when you're done. Never argue with an idiot. They will drag you down and beat you with experience. The brighter the light, the darker the shadow. Attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Success is stumbling from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. Try and fail, but never fail to try. Pleasure and action make the hours seem short. The past can hurt, but you can either run from it or learn from it. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination. The environment is everything that isn't me. First say to yourself what you would be, then do what you have to do. When I woke up without legs, I looked at what remained, not at what was lost. The secret of change is to focus all your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. If opportunity doesn't knock, build a door. Some things never change, like the feel of your hand in mine. Perfection is the willingness to be imperfect. Normality is a paved road. It's comfortable to walk, but no flowers grow on it. Rewards and punishments must be clear. Humor is mankind's greatest blessing. Growth is a process of becoming, not a single moment of achievement. It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Life's not a spectator sport. If watching is all you're gonna do, then you're gonna watch your life go by. Weak people revenge, strong people forgive, intelligent people ignore. You become better through action, not intention. Be stronger than your strongest excuse. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. So building better habits is the foundation of lasting growth. Work is the only thing that gives substance to life. It always seems impossible until it's done. Opportunities don't happen, You create them. It is not in the stars to hold our destiny, but in ourselves. If you truly know where you're going, becoming a champion is the least of your concerns. There comes a time when silence is betrayal. The difference between a good life and a bad life is how well you walk through the fire. Try to be a rainbow in someone's cloud. Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. Forgiveness is the fragrance that the violet sheds on the heel that has crushed it. Stay consistent and never give up. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Keep your eyes on the stars and your feet on the ground. I never lose. I either win or learn. You cannot expect your life to change if you are unwilling to change your daily actions. If you want something you have never had, you must be willing to do something you have never done. The only reason for time is so that everything doesn't happen at once. Experience is simply the name we give our mistakes. Joy in looking and comprehending is nature's most beautiful gift. Stay away from those people who try to disparage your ambitions. The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice. The only real mistake is the one from which we learn nothing. What you do speaks so loudly that I cannot hear what you say. You know you're in love when you can't fall asleep, because reality is finally better than your dreams. That which does not kill us makes us stronger. Work hard in silence. Let your success be your noise. A man should do his job so well that the living, the dead, and the unborn could do it no better. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. The course of anger is short-lived madness. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. You can do anything, but not everything. The best way to predict your future is to build it through daily action. Nationalism is an infantile disease. Success doesn't come from what you do occasionally. It comes from what you do consistently. The rob that smiles steals something from the thief. Never confuse a single defeat with a final defeat. Forgiveness is not an occasional act. It is a constant attitude. Clothes make the man. Naked people have little or no influence on society. Don't worry about failure. You only have to be right once. Life happens wherever you are, whether you make it or not. You get in life what you have the courage to ask for. The ideals which have always shone before me are kindness, beauty, and truth. It comes through the tireless efforts of men willing to be co-workers with God. Don't watch the clock do what it does. Keep going. Your comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there. You only lose what you cling to. We must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope. Your own self-realization is the greatest service you can render the world. Action is the foundational key to all success. The superior man does not promote a man simply on the basis of his words. The hope of a secure and livable world lies with disciplined nonconformists. Whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it is time to reform. Be the change that you wish to see in the world. To know what you know, and what you do not know is true knowledge. I never left the field saying I could have done more, because I always gave everything I had. Motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going. One touch of nature makes the whole world kin. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Sharing tea with a fascinating stranger is one of life's true delights. Information is not knowledge. Quality means doing it right when no one is looking. Your habits will determine your future more than your intentions ever will. You just can't beat the person who never gives up. When heaven is about to place a great responsibility on a man, it tests him. The only way to grow is to challenge yourself beyond what you already know. Stop thinking and end your problems. Being different isn't a bad thing. It means you're brave enough to be yourself. Don't count the days, make the days count. Keep your face always toward the sunshine, and shadows will fall behind you. While we wait for life, life passes. Life would be infinitely happier if we could only be born at the age of 80. Do the right thing. It will gratify some people and astonish the rest. Don't limit yourself. Many people limit themselves to what they think they can do. The creation of something new is not accomplished by the intellect, but by the play instinct. If you plan for 1 year, plant rice. For 10 years, plant trees. One who defines himself can't know who he really is. A soul generated by love. Every second you spend doubting yourself is a second of happiness you'll never get back. A gentleman helps others achieve their moral good. Failure is not fatal, but failure to change might be. Be not afraid of growing slowly. Be afraid only of standing still. The great man is calm and at ease. Don't wait. The time will never be just right. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. Well done is better than well said. With the new day comes new strength and new thoughts. Love is composed of a single soul, inhabiting two bodies. Justice at its best is power correcting everything that stands against love. Peace is the presence of justice. Wherever you go, go with all your heart. It is during our darkest moments that we must focus to see the light. Every accomplishment starts with the decision to try. This above all, to thine own self be true. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. Once we accept our limits, we go beyond them. To punish me for my contempt for authority, fate made me an authority myself. Your attitude, not your aptitude, will determine your altitude. Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. Whatever you think the world is withholding from you, you are withholding from the world. Creativity is intelligence having fun. An empty stomach is not a good political advisor. The important thing in life, not just in sports, is to be able to set a new target in front of you. Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. The golden age is before us, not behind us. Success is falling 9 times and getting up 10. I must be willing to give up what I am in order to become what I will be. Things won are done. Joy's soul lies in the doing. Don't stop until you're proud. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. A table, a chair, a bowl of fruit, and a violin. What else does a man need? Failure is only the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently. I never criticized a player until they were first convinced of my unconditional confidence in them. Do not fear failure, but rather fear not trying. I didn't want to prove anything to anyone. The challenge was only with myself. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. I have no special talent. I'm only passionately curious. To live is to suffer. To survive is to find some meaning in the suffering. The wheel has come full circle. Love sought is good, but given unsought is better. Kindness in words creates confidence. Kindness in thinking creates profoundness. Kindness in giving creates love. Lead the people with administrative injunctions and keep them in line with penal law. You can't marry a man you just met. Psychological balance requires harmony between opposites. Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. You cannot grow without effort, and you cannot succeed without consistency. But for those who love, time is eternal. to see what is right and not do it is one of courage. A river cuts through rock not because of its power, but because of its persistence. Flow with whatever may happen, and let your mind be free. Perfection of means and confusion of goals seem to characterize our age. The psyche seeks balance through compensation. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. If you ain't scared, you ain't alive. Small is the number of people who see with their eyes and think with their minds. Silence is the language of God. The comeback is always stronger than the setback. Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. Champions aren't made in gyms. They are made from something deep inside them called desire, a dream, and a vision. Never stop doing your best just because someone doesn't give you credit. The best investment you can make is in yourself. The fool doth think he is wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool. You are capable of amazing things. The unconscious compensates for the limitations of the conscious mind. And very swift for those who run. You control your destiny. You don't need magic to do it. In a gentle way, you can shake the world. We delight in the beauty of the butterfly, but rarely admit the changes it has gone through. The things that make us different make us special. The quality of your life improves when you improve the quality of your thoughts and the discipline of your actions. Confidence comes from preparation, and preparation comes from putting in the work every single day. A goal without a plan is just a wish. An overflow of good converts to bad. The aim of life is not perfection, but completeness. Where there is love, there is no imposition. A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. He who tries to shine dims his own light. You are enough just as you are. You cannot rewrite your past, but you can always reshape the meaning it has in your present life. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. This is the ideal life. The only source of knowledge is experience. What we fear doing most is usually what we most need to do. It is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. We meet ourselves time and again in 1,000 disguises on the path of life. When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. The things that make me different are the things that make me. If you are depressed, you are living in the past. If you are anxious, you are living in the future. If you are at peace, you are living in the present. To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist, that is all. The path to success is to take massive, determined action. Creative powers can just as easily turn out to be destructive. And some evil in the best of us. Common sense is the collection of prejudices acquired by age 18. It is not what you know that changes your life, but what you apply consistently. Character is the architect of fate. It's not until you lose everything that you can truly appreciate everything. Absorb what is useful, discard what is not. Time is very slow for those who wait. Where love rules, there is no will to power, and where power predominates, love is lacking. What you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become. Change is good. The purpose of our lives is to be happy. The perfect life is the combination of great moments and bad ones. The journey of self-improvement is built on daily commitment. Do not wait to strike till the iron is hot, but make it hot by striking. The eyes are the window to your soul. If you fall behind, run faster. Never give up, never surrender. He who knows does not speak. He who speaks does not know. Without standards, nothing can be measured. Though she be but little, she is fierce. The roots of the kingdom are in the people. Concentration and mental toughness are the margins of victory in competitive sports. Every new challenge is another opportunity to discover who you really are. As Beethoven composed music or Shakespeare wrote poetry. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal. Health is the greatest possession. Your willingness to learn will determine how far you can go. Every man must decide whether he will walk in the light of creative altruism. The biggest room in the world is the room for improvement. The softest things in the world overcome the hardest things. Your time is limited. Don't waste it living someone else's life. Today you are you. That is truer than true. There is nothing noble in being superior to your fellow man. True nobility is being superior to your former self. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Nobody, as long as he moves about among the chaotic currents of life, is without trouble. Character is destiny. True healing comes from integration, not suppression. Any fool can know. The point is to understand. You have enemies. Good. That means you've stood up for something. It isn't the mountains ahead to climb that wear you out. It's the pebble in your shoe that you refuse to remove. Silence is the sleep that nourishes wisdom. Be careful about reading health books. Today is a good day to try. Excellence is to do a common thing in an uncommon way. One man can be a crucial ingredient on a team, but one man cannot make a team. He who is contented is rich. Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. Dreams are the guiding words of the soul. False face must hide what the false heart doth know. If you're afraid to fail, then you're probably going to fail because fear limits your performance. Anger dwells only in the bosom of fools. Eat a live frog first thing in the morning, and nothing worse will happen to you. All generalizations are false, including this one. He who talks more is sooner exhausted. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act but a habit. You cannot expect change if you keep repeating the same behaviors. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Keep away from people who try to belittle your ambitions. Where the spirit does not work with the hand, there is no art. You have to look within yourself to save yourself from your other self. You grow when you commit to becoming better than you were yesterday. I think sometimes in life, the biggest challenges end up being the best things that happen in your life. Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That is why it is called the present. We must learn to live together as brothers or perish together as fools. Fearless is living in spite of those things that scare you. Knowing is not enough, we must apply. Wishing is not enough, we must do. Personal growth is not a matter of learning new information, but of unlearning old limits. Everything you can imagine is real. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard, and that's something you see in sports every day. A man who has not compassion is not human. The greatest scientists are artists as well. Psychological growth requires confrontation with the unconscious. Every day is a new opportunity to become a better version of yourself. You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. Heaven does not favor one man over another. Neither a borrower nor a lender be. Great acts are made up of small deeds. A ship is always safe at shore, but that is not what it is built for. Men at some time are masters of their fates. To thine own self be true. The future belongs to those who believe in their dreams. The cautious seldom err. Everyone thinks of changing the world, but no one thinks of changing himself. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Success doesn't just find you, you have to go out and get it. We are here to laugh at the odds and live our lives so well that death will tremble to take us. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes it's the quiet voice at the end of the day saying, "I will try again tomorrow." Everything that is really great and inspiring is created by the individual. You must expect great things of yourself before you can do them. Becoming better requires that you become comfortable being uncomfortable. There is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Shallow understanding from people of good will is more frustrating. You are what you do, not what you say you'll do. A wise man is one who knows what he does not know. Sometimes we only see how people are different from us, but if you look hard enough, you can see how much we're all alike. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. To know what you know and what you do not know, that is true knowledge. You must do the things you think you cannot do. There is nothing noble in being superior to your fellow man. True nobility is being superior to your former self. Make each day your masterpiece. Growth happens when you stop making excuses and start making adjustments. We should not pretend to understand the world only by the intellect. Sometimes the smallest step in the right direction ends up being the biggest step of your life. Even the darkest night will end, and the sun will rise. Keep your head up and your heart strong. Be patient with yourself, because real growth takes time and rarely happens in a straight line. Blind belief in authority is the greatest enemy of truth. Until you make the unconscious conscious, It will direct your life, and you will call it fate. Not everything that counts can be counted. Continuous improvement is better than delayed perfection. Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. He who knows that enough is enough will always have enough. Once you stop learning, you start dying. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. So many books, so little time. It is wiser to find out than to suppose. He who learns but does not think is lost. He who thinks but does not learn is in great danger. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Do not abandon yourselves to despair. Her heart is open as the sky. The man who does not read has no advantage over the man who cannot read. Winning is not everything, but making the effort to win is what defines your character. Don't stop now. Keep pushing, your breakthrough is near. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. No one saves us but ourselves. The two most powerful warriors are patience and time. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. The fear of death follows from the fear of life. A man who views the world the same at 50 as he did at 20 has wasted 30 years of his life. Do not go gentle into that good night. To infinity and beyond. The better part of valor is discretion. Do what you can with what you have where you are. Parting is such sweet sorrow. No matter how your heart is grieving, if you keep on believing, the dream that you wish will come true. Heat not a furnace for your foe so hot that it do singe yourself. You cannot expect to evolve if you continue to cling to old habits that no longer serve you. You are never too old to be young. Growth involves balancing inner and outer realities. No problem can be solved from the same level of consciousness that created it. The effort you put into yourself today determines the opportunities you will have tomorrow. Individuation is the process by which a person becomes a psychological individual. When you fall, get back up, learn from it, and keep moving forward because growth comes from failure. You can't stay in your corner of the forest waiting for others to come to you. You have to go to them sometimes. The harder the struggle, the more glorious the triumph. To ask the right question is already half the solution of a problem. Care about what other people think, and you will always be their prisoner. You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. But not hate the person. He who knows others is wise. He who knows himself is enlightened. A lie can travel halfway around the world, while the truth is putting on its shoes. You grow the most not when things are easy, but when you choose to keep going despite difficulty. If you want different results, you must be willing to adopt different behaviors. The best swordsman in the world doesn't need to fear the second best. The only real valuable thing is intuition. Growth is never by mere chance. It is the result of forces working together. Remember, you're the one who can fill the world with sunshine. Do not take life too seriously. You will never get out of it alive. Whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it is time to pause and reflect. He who has a why to live can bear almost any how. Don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great. Oppressed people cannot remain oppressed forever. Every step toward the goal of justice requires sacrifice. Do not let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. Why fit in when you were born to stand out? Gold medals are not really made of gold. They are made of sweat, determination, and a hard-to-find alloy called guts. Be relentless. The function of education is to teach one to think intensively and critically. Don't be discouraged. It's often the last key in the bunch that opens the lock. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Cowards die many times before their deaths. Those who have a why to live can bear with almost any how. It has become appallingly obvious that our technology has exceeded our humanity. You do not need to have everything figured out to start improving your life. Whatever your life's work is, do it well. Better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak and remove all doubt. If you want to know what a man's like, take a good look at how he treats his inferiors, not his equals. The hardest part of personal growth is accepting that you are both the problem and the solution. Be patient toward all that is unsolved in your heart. You become stronger every time you choose not to give up. Every individual has something to contribute to society. Power without love is reckless and abusive. A man who dares to waste 1 hour of time has not discovered the value of life. Keep your face always toward the sunshine. Education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. Fear defeats more people than any other one thing in the world. Do what you feel in your heart to be right, for you'll be criticized anyway. Learning never exhausts the mind. What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. Let us endeavor so to live that, when we come to die, even the undertaker will be sorry. Your only limit is you. Success is not in what you have, but who you are. What would life be if we had no courage to attempt anything? You must not let anyone define your limits because of where you come from. Your only limit is your soul. We must rapidly begin the shift from a thing-oriented society to a person-oriented society. Suspicion always haunts the guilty mind. Don't quit. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion. Being kind is never wasted. Nothing ever comes to one that is worth having except as a result of hard work. It is better to deserve honors and not have them than to have them and not deserve them. Don't wait for opportunity, create it. We must meet hate with love. Winning takes talent, but to repeat success takes character and discipline. Knowledge is power. The superior man is satisfied and composed. The mean man is always full of distress. Violence as a way of achieving racial justice is both impractical and immoral. Your future needs you, your past doesn't. Never put off till tomorrow what you can do the day after tomorrow. You can't build a reputation on what you are going to do. A dream that is not understood remains a mere occurrence. A person with a new idea is a crank until the idea succeeds. The wise man is not distressed by what he cannot control. He who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life. We cannot become what we want by remaining what we are. I learned that everything negative can be turned into a positive if you use it as motivation. Incredible change happens in your life when you decide to take control of what you do have power over. If you're going through hell, keep going. If you want to be the best, you have to do things that other people are not willing to do. When nothing is done, nothing is left undone. Always forgive your enemies. Nothing annoys them so much. It's going to be hard, but hard does not mean impossible. An unexamined life is not worth living. Judge your success by what you had to give up in order to get it. The only path to serenity is simplicity. The pursuit of truth and beauty is a sphere of activity in which we are permitted to remain children all our lives. Sometimes later becomes never. Do it now. Sometimes taking a leap forward means leaving a few things behind. What you seek is seeking you. When there is no more separation between this and that, it is called stillness. You can get addicted to good things, and one of them is definitely sport. Things turn out best for the people who make the best of the way things turn out. At the center of your being, you have the answer. Innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower. Keep going, be all in.